Hello and welcome to the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and today we are looking at the Imperial Lambda-class Shuttle. Now, as I mentioned a couple reviews back, this is one of my favorite ships. So first we'll go over the mold, how the winds move, then we'll go over the paint, because there's two different versions here. We have the original, and then we have I believe it's called the Emperor's Hand, which is Mary Jade's ship, or something along those lines. Expanded universe stuff. So let's get started. Okay, looking at the mold for the original paint scheme, you can see it's pretty good. It's got a lot of detail in there. We'll start with the bottom here. We can see the 3 screws, the porthole for the stand, and then all this cool detail here. The landing gear right there, and that doesn't come out. Nothing folds out from the bottom. Just the wings, and we'll get to them shortly. We have the cockpit up here, and that's got some molding on it, and we can actually see the translucent darkened see-through plastic for the bridge there. I'll come to the wings. See the detail there. More detail on the wings. As we go up, on the hinge there's detail. We got the 2 guns. And then the detail continues up until the top of the wing. And it's the same for this side. For the back we have our engines, which are molded in. And back here is a gun, but they just painted it black. Actually, you can't even tell it's a gun. If you played Rogue Squadron, you know there's like a little gun back there. Okay, so that's the mold, and thinking of it, I should have just went with this one to show off the mold, because the paint looks so much better. I think we'll give this one a quick glance, because I believe that the paint actually shows off the mold so much better. And they hit this one with a black wash, but all the little recesses and trenches and little boxes, you can see them all. There's even detail right underneath the wing. Down the wing there's the hinges. There's the cockpit. See those molded areas? Underneath, look at all that detail. It's such a great design. And then at the back it's pretty much the same. So, both of them have the gimmick that the wings can fold down, and it's pretty strong. Like once you get about here, it'll flop down. As you can see, it's moving slowly. But yeah, you just take them and there's no ratchet or nothing. You just move them down, and there you go. And it looks pretty cool. I love this tri-wing design. Ever since I saw it in the movies, when it folds up and lands in the Death Star, that was awesome. So that was the mold and how it moves. So next we'll go over the paint. Okay, for the paint, we're going to start with the original, which is the classic design here. Just like a pure white with the gray. Right here on the wings. Gray bar on the wing. And I believe it's the same for this side. Gray with the gray. The guns, the bottom main gun is molded plastic, which is black. But the little gun right here is painted gray, and that's the same for both sides. No paint on the bottom, except for the 2 wings right here, gray and gray. And on the back, like I mentioned before, the gun is painted gray, and also the engines are blue, which is a nice shade of blue. It's cool. And that's about it for the paint for the original. It's mostly white. So for the Emperor's Hand shuttle, like I mentioned, it's almost the same exact mold, but instead of it just being a flat white, we have a black wash all over here. And I believe that the wash is a great way to get all this detail out. Because with the white, you lose it. Even though I prefer it, you don't see the detail. And when I put them together like that, Sure, you could still see the outlines, but this picks it up so much better. It makes it pop. And that's what I'm getting to here. But it's painted the same exact guns, same color. Maybe a little darker gray, or the black makes it look darker, which I think is the case here. Same blue for the engines, black gun instead of gray. And dark gray for these ports too. And that's about it. The biggest selling point is the black wash, so you can see the detail. Okay, and for the height, since they're the same, I'll just do it with this one. It's a little over 2 inches in height. With the wings extended, in case you guys want to know that, that's a little over 4. Okay, now for the stands, they're black because they were made later on, but you can pose them with the wings down, excuse me, or you could actually fold them up and pose them like that. Like it's up to you. But they look good. I recommend them. I'm a little biased because they're my favorite, but if you're a fan of Star Wars, you probably like this ship. Darth Vader drives in it, Luke and his gang are in it when they go to Endor, the Emperor's in it. So it's iconic. Okay, so that was my review of the Lambda-class shuttle. This is from the Star Wars Titanium line, and I'll see you next time.